Hi guys, hope you're all safe and well. Wishing you a magical Sunday and happy Father's Day to those that sort of celebrate it in whatever sort of shape, way or form. If you're lucky enough to still have your beautiful sort of dads on the physical earth, and if they're in your life, then you know that's fabulous. But also if you have beautiful sort of fathers up in the spirit world, today is a really important day to sort of light a candle, send your thoughts, send your energy to them, because they will still be around today, and not just today, every day. You know, for me, Father's Day and Mother's Day, I find them a little bit commercial, because you know we don't just celebrate and love somebody on those days, we love them eternally, we love them every day. So I find it all a little bit ugh, but you know, each to their own. So just coming on to do the Sunday Tarot and Oracle review video for you all. So today I am going to be reviewing a very popular deck. I know that this is a really popular deck for a lot of people. A lot of people have this one, but I think it's a really good one to celebrate and to showcase for anybody that doesn't know about it. So it's the Moonology Oracle cards, and this is a beautiful deck that has been produced by Yasmin Boland, and the artwork is by Nyx Rowan. So this is an absolutely gorgeous deck. This is great for anybody that sort of works or is affected or has a deep connection with the moon's energy. This is great for anybody that works with astrology as well. It's a really powerful deck, this one. So this is being produced by our good old favourites, Hay House. So it's one of their decks. So beautiful box, great quality, as you can see. And then on the back, some examples of the sort of the cards themselves and the spreads. And it just sort of says here, the energy of the moon has a formidable effect on our everyday life. Use these gorgeously illustrated oracle cards to tap into her ancient wisdom for healing, guidance and protection, and learn how to work with her magical energy during each lunation. The accompanying guidebook reveals how to interpret the cards and work with them to create, plan and predict your life. Whenever you need to make an important decision, just pick a card and let the moon guide you. Beautiful. I was seeing if it said how many cards are in this deck. It doesn't, but I'm sure it will say somewhere inside. Oh, it does that. Sorry, 44 cards. Me, like being dyslexic again. Yeah, 44 cards. This one. So it's a good size. It's a good size oracle deck. Oh, sorry, losing my voice there today. Right, let's open up. Oops. Let's open up this bad boy and see what we've kind of got going on inside. So let's just move the box to one side. So beautiful little book, which we'll look at in a little bit more detail sort of shortly, but some great stuff in there. Okay, so the cards themselves, gorgeous matte finish, really great size, traditional kind of oracle size. I like this sort of size to work with. Some people find them a bit big. For me, this is like a perfect size. I think they're really lovely. And then what you've got, as you can see, is the cycles of the moon on the back. So that's really beautiful. Now these cards are quite sort of, they're lovely, but they're quite powerful and they're quite basic in some ways. So what you get is like sort of an image, a picture, and then it just sort of says what each kind of moon is, the phase it's at, and then a little bit of a rough sort of piece with it. So like this one says, full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So that was really lovely that one fell out first, you know. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of work through these and show you them. This is, like I say, so if you work with astrology, this is a really kind of cool deck to have, because you can sort of use the energies of that as well. But quite basic in a way, but really powerful as well. Sometimes you don't need loads of sort of, you know, really elaborate, sort of fantastic, overwhelming stuff. You just need sometimes like a direct, to the point message, and I think that's what this deck is about. It celebrates at each phase of the moon, it tells you what you're working with at that point, and it gives you quite a lot to sort of, you know, celebrate and to work with. So I like this deck. I think it's one of those ones, it does what it says on the tin, really. It's not trying to be something more than it is, it's just, you know, a very powerful little deck, this one. So it probably is one of my Oracle favourite decks, even though it's quite, like I say, it's quite basic in a lot of ways. I actually do think it is one of my favourites. This is something you can use in spellcraft as well. So if you work with magic, if you work with witchcraft, this is a great deck that you can sort of kind of bring that into your sort of spell casting as well if you wanted to. So there's loads of uses with this. It's a great deck to use if you do sort of any meditation, things of this nature, or just when you're honouring the phases of the moon. So many uses. You can use it in healing. It's, like I say, it was a really, really sort of diverse deck, this one. Loads of great energies. So I'm not sure if I'm going to show you all of these, but I want to show you like enough of them that you can sort of see and get the idea. So they're done very sort of like gentle, very beautiful. That they've got like a gentle but powerful energy, I find, this deck, you know. Definitely. I like the astrology ones because they're a bit more interesting to look at from a visual kind of perspective. But yeah, some fabulous, fabulous energies off of these. I'm not sure if I mentioned about stock quality, because it's Hay House, they tend to have sort of really good stock quality. These are nice and thick, nice and rigid. Not the thickest, but not the thinnest. You know, a decent sort of medium size, which I think is really, really important. I always think if you want kind of cards to last, the thicker the better, personally. But that's just personal preference. That's beautiful. I love this one. That beautiful golden moon through the trees there. Stunning. Okay, so I'm going to show you like maybe one or two more. I don't want to show you too many because I want to sort of give you something to work with in case you decide to purchase this deck yourself. But I just want to show you enough so you kind of get the idea. So this is going to be your last one because that's a really beautiful one to end on. So keep some back as a surprise. Okay, so as ever, channeling the cards for this Father's Day, seeing what we need to know about, what the messages are for us. And also this will follow through for the coming week ahead. So just asking the cards to give us some guidance for the highest of good. Let's see what we need to know about. Okay. Oops, okay. Oh, this one's come out again. Brilliant. Okay, so this was the original one I showed you. So for the full moon in Capricorn and the end of a tough cycle approaches. So I'm going to sort of like, you know, be quite welcoming of that. And I know that like Mercury retrograde is about to kind of like change and sort of go back normal. So that will be really, really nice, you know, to be out of that, because I know that that's caused a lot of disturbance, a lot of disruption for people. So this is nice. This is really, really cool. I think, you know, there's a lot to be had from this, but we'll see what the book has to sort of say on it. So the book itself, lovely, lovely book. What I like, you've got kind of quite a lot of information here. So it talks about like the phases of the moon, things of this nature. It gives you loads of kind of other stuff to work with, as well as looking at the cards themselves. Great examples of spreads you can do. And then literally it's pretty much straight into the meanings. Well, it is straight into the meanings. Okay, so what we'll do then, we'll just find... so what you've got here is you've got like the moon phases in one part, and then you've got like, I just saw somewhere else, yeah, you've got the new moon card. So they're all kind of broken down. So we'll have to sort of find these and see where they all sit and where they're all at. But that's cool. So this is a full moon. So if I find the full moon section, I'm likely going to find where our beautiful Capricorn is. So bear with me a sec. Oh, there we go, full moon in Capricorn. So this is nice. So not too much information, but there's enough to work with. So I'll just read what it sort of says, and hopefully this will resonate for some of you guys. So, how hard are you willing to work for what you want? The card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you are wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. Attune to the moon. Release control and trust the universe. And then it just says here, additional meanings for this card. A professional project may be ending now. Admit if you have been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. Find a balance between your personal and private lives. It's time to stop fearing the worst. And then it's got the teaching. The full moon in Capricorn has a very strong work ethic and energy, and will more than likely come up when you're asking a professional question. If your question is about other matter, it will serve as a much needed reminder to move through any feelings of hopelessness you may have been feeling about your situation, and this applies no matter when you draw the card. Making a plan is a far better use of your time. So that's kind of the message. So yeah, you know, it sort of does what it sort of says on the tin. These I don't think are trying to be anything that they're not. To me, this is quite a sort of you know, the message is quite a bullet point. It's quite sort of direct. It sort of tells you what you need to know. We don't always like to hear what we have to know, so it's one of those sort of decks, but I think it's really kind of good. So yeah, I think it's probably like a 7 or an 8 in terms of its overall kind of presence. I know it's a hugely popular deck. I'm forever seeing it on people's pages when they're doing like free readings, and I think it's great if you're starting out and if you're unsure of an oracle deck and you don't want something kind of too complicated. This would be a fabulous one for you, because there's enough information but it's not too overbearing. It's you know, it's practical, it's logical enough that you can understand its messages, so it's a great all-rounder. So like I say, for me it's probably a 7 or an 8 as an overall. So like it says here in the box, let the moon guide you, and enjoy this deck. Check it out, guys, the Moonology Oracle by Yasmin Boland. Give it a whirl, see what you think. Beautiful deck. Gonna leave this with you. Have a fabulous day, whatever you get up to, and a great week ahead, and I'll connect with some of you lovelies very soon. Take care. Bye for now.